12:04 on a game day, game 2. Oilers and Stars tonight. 28 other teams already eliminated, so you should love this stuff. Edmonton Oilers fans, I'd argue that 29 teams have been eliminated because Carolina's got no shot. None.
They're
at all
done.
Whatsoever.
I'm sorry, it's over.
God, I part of me is like, it's just the Florida Panthers. They're too damn good, but that same Florida Panthers team just got taken 7 games by Toronto. Like, I think Carolina is just the biggest frauds of all time. They beat New Jersey, who probably shouldn't even have been a playoff team, and then the Washington thing. I don't know what happened there, but Carolina's not good. They're not at this level good. They're not at the Stars. They're not at the Oilers. They're not at Panthers level good.
They're well coached. They have good players, but their method of building the team is flawed, I would say.
What did you say in the chat last night? Can't win a Stanley Cup on a spreadsheet.
Yep.
I mean, that's the team. That's
the
example of that team, I think. So.
You can do a lot of good. You can process information that comes from spreadsheets. You can utilize it, but it isn't the be all end all. And unfortunately, if you're a Canes fan, your organization has gone all in on that, and it'll keep you okay, but it's not going to win you anything.
What do you got, Nanso?
Nothing. I just agree with Tom on the analytics.
God, I love you, man.
Riveting stuff.
I saw your finger hovering over your mic, and I was like, oh,
he wanted
Nanso's got something in. I go, what do you got? Oh, nothing. I just agree with Tommy.
Thank you. It's a good
great
teammate
point,
right
though.
there.
Like, because everybody's, analytics. Get out of here with that crap.
Some of it's really good.
Yeah,
seriously.
You can't measure heart. You can't measure the way players think the game. You can't measure that.
It doesn't read momentum.
Well, and I mean,
confidence.
for regular season success, sure, but playoffs are a completely different animal too,
Yes,
right? Like,
absolutely. And Florida utilizes it.
Yeah,
but I would say the way Florida utilizes analytics and incorporates it, they mix it, they blend it well with the old tried and true. Instinct, performance, historical performances. So Carolina does it one way, and then the Panthers do it. I guess that series, what I'm saying is a perfect example of how to use analytics properly, aka the Panthers, and how not to.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Analytics and go all in, aka the Carolina Hurricanes. And with the Hurricanes, I said it. I said I think their window's over. I said at the start of the year, they're a good team. They're in the conference final, but they're going to lose. And it was funny because Maddie played the soundbite of like Rod Brindamore trying to say his team didn't get swept, but they got swept. They haven't won a damn conference final game since 2006 for crying out loud. And like he talked himself into a pretzel. We all do it, but I was just like, that's a different one. And Brindamore, I mean, usually he's very well spoken and knows how to pick the right tone and right words, but that was a weird one.
The only analytical numbers I care about at this moment are the 3 under the win column and the 0 in the L column for me on Techmo right now. And Hernan, what are you at? You're at 3-1. Are you in second place right now?
Yeah.
Well, Maddie's 3-2, but yeah, so you would be in second. Well, what's Jay? 3-2 as well?
3-1.
He's 3-1?
Yeah.
So you and Jay are both at 3-1. Does Zach suck as much as it looks like he sucks?
Yeah.
I observed Zach for 3 minutes of Techmo Bowl today. He looked like a sucky player.
Oh no. Really? He looked like a sucky player?
Like, he owns it, and he doesn't stop talking either, so I think we got to put a restriction on you know what? I'm going to play like a poker player when I play. I'm going to put on a big headset, big headphones, and just listen to music. Uke was the one that made me laugh. My God.
Yeah, Yukon was classic Yukon today. Like at one point, he was up 10-0 on me. At one point, when it was still a close game, he hands it off to his running back, didn't realize he did, and was running around pretending the running back was the quarterback and yelling at his guys. He's like, come on, how come nobody's open? And I'm like, hey, man, you got your running back.
They're blocking, dude.
8-yard loss. And then on the very next play, because he's only down 4 at this point. The very next play, he decides to punt, botches the punt, only kicks it like 20 yards, and that's the game. Like, he is the king of unforced errors on that video game.
And then he had a 4-set receiver look, wide open guys, and he throws it to the guy.
Yeah, so we're playing
full coverage.
And I got one guy. I had Junior Seau trying to cover both guys. and Uke was flipping him around, and he had his guy JJ Burden wide open down the field, and Hernan goes, "Oh, I love what you're doing, Uke," and then Uke hits one more button to a guy on a curl route, who's 5 yards down the field in triple coverage, throws it to him, and I pick it off, and it's game over. He's just
ouch.
It's those FM guys, man. They don't get video game time.
No, but it's like because
he should have got fired when we got fired.
He also gets into full conversations while he's playing.
Yeah, that's...
You can't concentrate like that.
I was loving it because Eric was sitting there, just kept asking Uke about his buddies.
Yeah.
He asked him about like 12 different guys. And every time Uke would start a conversation, I was just like, I'm going to come back.
Did you slip Eric a 5 for that?
I know.
I should have.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Eric just sits there and distracts people.
That would have been pretty good. Hey, I want to get to this one, Hernan, before you take off. Today's the final run for Around the Horn.
Mm-hmm.
Were you an Around the Horn guy growing up? No, you never watched it ever, hey?
Ever, Great show.
Did you watch it quite a bit?
I did watch it quite a bit, yeah.
There was a stretch when I lived here before I moved here permanently, when I was living with my sister. I was kind of a bum. She was going to university. I was working at Save On Foods in the morning and then shooting games for Rob Zitlau, rest in peace, high school football and stuff at night. So I always had my afternoons open. So I spent a ton of time watching Around the Horn.
I think
that was a great show.
I think Tony Reale is a very good host. I enjoy his demeanor. I don't know him the person. Like I've read. I know he had a child that passed away a couple of years ago. It was very sad.
Yeah, that's tough. God.
And I don't know a ton about him again, but like he had some off the air issues, like some personal stuff. Everybody does, but like. I think he's a tremendous host. I like his energy. I like the way he carries.
Has he announced where he's popping up next? Like, do we know what's going on with Reale?
Not yet.
I find him highly.
Did they say why they decided to cancel the show? I'm assuming ratings were probably still pretty good.
Did they just feel like it ran its course?
I think so, yeah. Because everybody knows the show.
Yeah.
But like, I was never one for ESPN shows. Like,
no.
I don't watch Stephen A.
I don't watch any of that stuff.
Like PTI and
I'm just afraid that I love PTI.
PTI is a staple.
Was it Around the Horn and then PTI? I think it was.
It would tee it up.
And to me, what makes me sad about it is that on Around the Horn, there really wasn't, like, they all had an opinion, but it wasn't Stephen A. Smith or Kendrick Perkins yelling at you.
No.
Like, it was well thought out.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily, it was a bunch of good opinions, but it wasn't necessarily a crazy hot take machine.
Yep, exactly.
Which is what so much of it's becoming now, which is why I'm sad that show's being taken off the air.
That's fair.
Oh, that's fair. And that's why you can't watch Stephen A. because all he does is yell. And it gets old real quick. And it was nothing against Around the Horn. I was always more for Sports Center or something Canadian. You know what I mean? I would
say Around the Horn took a little bit of getting used to. Because you try to figure out the format.
Different.
The point system. You're like, oh, there's no point. Like, really, it's just, it's like who's on a heater with some good things that they've said and good arguments, and then Reale would give them 6 points for something, or he'd freeze somebody out, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's whoever's on a bit of a run.
What was your favorite? What is your favorite American-based sports show?
I was gonna bring this up anyway, but I loved Best Damn Sports Show.
Oh, yeah, I never really got into that one.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. And that's how I got into Around the Horn.
Yeah.
And PTI. I think PTI, I mean, I love Kornheiser and Wilbon. I can listen to those old guys argue forever. I find it intriguing. I love the arguments they make. And I don't know, I try to pick up some little things.
PTI is great, man.
Try to incorporate them.
So what about you? Did you have a favorite American?
PTI is a staple, right? Like,
I'd love to do a PTI type show with us eventually.
That'd be so cool.
Other things to add down the road.
Yeah.
I don't know who it would be. I don't know how, but like, that's a great show.
And the
30 minutes, boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
NBA on TNT's.
That is great too.
I mean, Charles Barkley is just a legend.
Greatest sports panel of all time.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And it'll never be matched. I don't think it'll possibly be matched.
And people try to, like the NHL guys are trying to have their Charles and
they're trying.
To their credit, they've kind of done,
like, this is good.
They've found their own kind of path. And I think Liam McHugh is, there's another guy I think is an awesome host. I think Liam, we're lucky with him on TNT. I think he was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And he was a carryover from NBC Sports Network. I just want to add one more thing. Like, if you don't remember Best Damn Sports Show period, like, that's where Carissa Thompson got her start. She was great. Chris Rose was on there. John Sally. They would always bring on Tom Arnold. I thought Tom Arnold was an idiot.
Was that the show where Tom Arnold was always on?
Yeah, but he was good on it. And I'm like, oh, he has like charisma, and I thought it was a phenomenal show. I really enjoyed it. And I was I'm like, when I see Chris Rose pop up, I'm like, oh, there he is. But then Krista Thompson is obviously great on Fox. She does NFL Sundays. And
do you guys like Pat McAfee?
I don't mind.
I don't really have time to watch McAfee. I don't. The one time I watched a McAfee segment was the LeBron interview.
Yeah.
That's it. I am fascinated by McAfee in general and the success that he's had.
Yep.
And his ability to go from his show to wrestling to
he had Tom Cruise on.
Yeah, I know. I saw. Where was I the other day? I don't know. Maybe it was when we were at Boston. Was he on Wednesday? Was he on yesterday? Anyway, I was somewhere and I saw it pop up and I was like, damn, Tom Cruise is on. Like, McAfee does a hell of a job.
He's
but I don't know his show well enough to be like, oh, I love that show.
He's becoming Joe Rogan, but sports and not an idiot.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I would like to
find a little bit more time for Pat McAfee. He's becoming household name.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's the biggest name in all of sports broadcasting right now.
That's what I meant by
which is great.
He does do hockey. Yeah. No, I think if I had time to watch his show, I would actually probably like his show. That's Doof, right? Spanky Dufresne.
Yeah, you met
Doof. Doof, who was at. Anyway, Doof says, and we'll get to the Oilers game here. This is a fun little conversation here right now. Spanky Dufresne says, Biz with the Leaf stuff is getting a little bit underhand.
Yeah.
I wanted to discuss Bissonnette for a second because I don't think anybody has ever had the leash that he gets with what he does.
Correct.
And it's incredible that he put himself in that spot. And I don't know if it leads to more people, but to be on a national broadcast, but then to also still be on Twitter, dropping the F-bombs and this and that, and like still being him, but then being over there and then also openly cheering for one of the teams that it's just so like, that just doesn't fly anywhere else. So I give him a round of applause for being able to pull it off, but I also don't necessarily love it. You know,
no, I get it. And I respect it.
Yeah.
But like those guys, the Chicklets guys have done a phenomenal, that's a huge success story.
Oh yeah.
And
of
like
course.
Ryan Whitney becoming an Oilers fan also. I remember when he was here and how things ended with him here. He was not a happy guy. He was grumpy all the time. And then everybody's like, he's changed. And I listened to a few Spin Chicklets, and he would talk about his experience in Russia and then his time in St. Louis and the Florida organization. I'm like, oh man, like he went through some legitimate life lessons, and he has changed for the better. I mean, that's good. But it's a shtick too, Dusty. When those guys were here, everybody was loving on them.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just they know what's up. I mean, they're on brand all the time, which is insanely important for something like that.
And
has
led to tremendous success, and I applaud them honestly. And I think adding Keith Yandles made it better too.
Is it not so unique that, like with what Biz does though, like he's on one of the biggest panels.
Yeah,
he gets mixed in all the time for other stuff. But
he's got some
I just don't know how many people.
But
how many people can get away with openly cheering, and they make it a bit? It's so. I don't know. Do you think that's an American thing? I don't see.
I think it's opened the door to a lot more American fans and helped them understand the game.
Do you think let's build him up as Leafs fan, even though he's one of our non-biased panelists? Is that an American thing? Could that thing fly? We've never seen anybody do that on TSN.
I don't think
we haven't really seen anybody do that on sports. Like Gazdic got told last year to like
settle down,
pull things back a bit, because of former Oiler. Like I think that's more of an American driven thing.
Do you think it was calculated, or do you think he just started doing it and they're like, okay, go ahead, run with it till it works?
I think maybe he just started doing it, and he's very important to them, and they're just like, we'll just run with it then.
Raya says Biz has brought personality to hockey, just like how Barkley Shaq is with the NBA. Yeah, that's absolutely.
He does, but it's just I'm just so fascinated by it. It's just. It's impressive that he can do what he does on social media and then be on the panel and then be openly cheering for a team that I've just never seen that fly with anybody else, which is why he's such a unique talent, I guess.
And the reason why I ask these questions is like, I don't think he is all like really selling a character and a shtick. I think a lot of it is just him and who he is. I had to pick him up at
being real is awesome.
Yeah,
I do love that.
So we do a hockey school every summer. I travel around a little bit with it. And he was in town. I had to go pick him up from the shuttle across the lake, and I had to go get him. And I went picked him up. He's like, "What's up, man?" Paul. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Tom." He goes, "I know you from somewhere. I see you all the time." I'm like, "Yeah, I work at the time." I'm like, "I work for TSN." He's like, "Oh yeah, Edmonton, right?" I'm like, "Yes." Then later, or then last summer, I see him again. He's like, "I know you from somewhere." I'm like, "Tom from Edmonton." Yeah. I see. It's like, so to me, like, it is a shtick, but it is also him. You know, he's like that.
Yeah, and it's worked out insanely well. And I'm fascinated by the situation. You know, how I don't know if you ever see anybody get that leeway again.
I think it's
just the Paul Bissonnette thing, which is kudos. Like, hat tip to you for being able to pull that off, man. That's
hey, Rip City Step. Let me just pick up those names I'm dropping. Oh, I hurt my toe on one
You're
of
picking
them.
up those names you dropped, like you picked him up at the airport there.
No, at the shuttle off the lake. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. My toe, Rip City Step. I dropped that name so heavily. If it helps you feel any better, he doesn't know or give a crap about who I am. Hey, you're that guy. I've seen you. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Back-to-back years. I know you.
I know you.
Yes, man. We had the same conversation. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm bad for that sometimes.
I genuinely like him and enjoy him, but I can only take so much of, you know, Whitney being Oilers fan, Biz Nasty liking Toronto, and I kind of appreciate and admire what they're doing. When you find
something that works,
you go with it.
You just go with it.
Yeah,
man.
Exactly.
And that's, I think, what's happening there. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Quick shout out for Stump the Schwab as well. That was a fun show back in the day. That guy passed away.
He did pass away.
That was fun. That was like high school, wasn't it?
I didn't love that one as much. Maybe because I was jealous I couldn't retain that kind of information.
He was insane.
It is incredible. The Schwab was unreal. And then, what was the one that Jimmy Kimmel was a part of? I know he was on Win Ben Stein's Money. I know he was on Man Show, but I feel like he was a part of another one. I can't. Maybe I'm wrong.
He was the sidekick on Win Ben Stein's Money.
But there was also there was Rock and Roll Jeopardy, and I think there was a sports related.
Was he on a sports show as well?
I feel like he was. I could be wrong. Jimmy Kimmel sports show. I don't know.
Hey, somebody will have that answer for us. 780-218-9999.
Oh yeah, he was. Sports show with Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, it says he was a producer.
Yeah.
Of that one and a bunch of other ones as well. Yeah. I don't remember sports show with Norm Macdonald.
I don't think it lasted very long.
Yeah. There's another legend. All right. Game day, Edmonton Oilers, Dallas Stars. I was on Lock Shop for the last little hour. Have I missed anything?
No, Connor Brown is going to play.
Some reps, but Connor Brown's going to be good to go.
Yeah. Mike outside of Edmonton, who's smarter, Stoff or the Schwab? The Schwab.
I mean, the Schwab. I mean,
Bob is a very intelligent person.
Stoff would be local Schwab.
Yeah.
It would be like local Schwab here.
Yeah, I would argue that Jack Michaels is equally Schwab-esque.
What?
100%. You should have heard those guys on the bus pulling out all these obscure stats and names and stories from the past that even Bob would be like, what?
Really?
I know everything. And then Jack would be like, no, I know everything. And then we'd all be like, could you two just shut up? It's 2 a.m.
I'm just going to let that one go.
Yeah.
All right. So the Oilers running it back then tonight.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, again, good 40 minutes, completely self-inflicted wounds that allowed a very good Dallas team to do what they do best, and that's take advantage on the power play and score in a short burst of time and take over a game, turn what was a very in-control game for the Oilers into a commanding victory, if you will, for the Dallas Stars.
We have seen Knobloch, show line combinations and then flip them. Do you think there's any chance McDavid and Draisaitl are together on their first shift tonight?
I'll say, well, yes, there's always a chance.
I would say it's not
answer
necessary
the question,
in my opinion, but
I don't think it happens. I think he goes back to what was working for the first 40. If he notices things, if there's some subtle things that he sees and his instincts kick in, and he'll probably switch it up on the fly. But I think he'll go back to what was working in the first 2 periods to start. And then if he notices that Pete DeBoer has made some adjustments and it's favorable for Dallas, I think he will adjust as well. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, what do you expect from Dallas 5-on-5? Because I said this morning, and I openly admitted to maybe simplifying it too much by just saying, don't take dumb penalties, you win the game tonight.
Yeah,
you're going to take penalties. Dallas is going to get a power play or 2 or 3 maybe, but don't take dumb ones. Just don't give the ref any reason to be like, I can absolutely call that one. Like, you want refs to be guessing more so than, okay, it's a blatant high stick, I have to call it. It's a blatant cross check, I have to call it. Don't do. I stand by it. I mean, I think if they don't take a couple of self-inflicted penalties tonight, they will win this hockey game.
I agree with that.
Eric was making a fair point this morning too, saying, well, do you think Dallas is just going to be the same team they were 5-on-5?
No.
Last game?
I think they're going to try to... I would look at it and be like, well, let's give Edmonton a dose of their own medicine. Let's get on their defense. Let's hit their defense. Doesn't have to be huge boomers for hits. Just solid body contact. Make them think twice. Make them feel like they don't have that extra half second. Just stay on them. Check aggressively and force them into making bad plays. And that was another thing too, is like Edmonton and the defense especially had time to make plays from the back end. And we saw a lot of great breakouts. And that's what's led Edmonton to success in this postseason, is the defense playing solid, tape-to-tape passes, moving up ice. That's what killed the Golden Knights in round 2, is Edmonton was great with the puck. They weren't in their own zone a ton. I think Dallas will probably try to find a way to hem Edmonton in and force some turnovers and create opportunities that way. That's how I would do it. Pete DeBoer is about 150 times more brilliant than I am when it comes to hockey. So I'm sure he's seeing things that I don't even comprehend.
What do you got? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Lots of time for your questions on the show as we get set for Game 2. You can throw them into the chat on YouTube. If you're watching over on YouTube today, please smash that thumbs up for us and sub to the channel if you haven't already. We are almost to 12.4K on the push up to 13,000. Danny T over in that chat right now says, we also hit 2 posts. If we bury those, we'll be good. I hope Dry and McDavid stay separated for the most part. It does make the matchups harder for Dallas. Yep. Big Uke, Dallas doesn't play an overly physical game. If the Oilers can bang bodies like they did versus Vegas, they can create so much more space for themselves. Penner's Pancake says, I was more nervous about Game 2 against LA than I am for tonight. Jacob says, I was just looking. Dallas has 22 5v5 goals and 15 power play goals so far. The Oilers have 31 5v5 goals. And that's the other thing is, I had this on my notes this morning, but I didn't really get into it too much because we created the idea for that show about a liquor store at night after people leave.
That caricature of the beer can.
Somebody in the text, and somebody who was texting in during the lock shop, actually.
Did you see J-Mo had a response for a name?
No, what was it? I haven't looked at any of the responses for a name yet to that thing.
Let me see here. I had it. It was pretty funny.
There's a bunch of responses.
Yeah. What, do you have?
I might actually have to. I wish there was could you AI an entire 30-minute cartoon if you just type in the script and like list? I feel like you could. Can you AI a 25-second cartoon? Or 25-minute cartoon? I would love to write 25. Oh yeah, Jamo said Cavis.
Cavis, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Today you played the Cavis Reed Pump Up song.
I did, yes.
The OG version. I got really excited at first because I thought it was the Whale and the Wolf one. I love that one. And then it was the regular one, and I was like, it's still good.
Yeah, sorry. I went regular remix for today.
Don't be sorry.
But no, what was I gonna say? I said I was gonna discuss it this morning.
The cartoon show.
No, we got distracted by a cartoon show this morning, not AI. I said I was going to bring it up this morning about the game tonight. And now I can't remember what it was. I will remember.
Sorry.
Let's get to no, that's my fault. I totally got distracted. Hampton Steve says, guys, for better or worse, does the outcome of tonight's game dictate whether Ekholm plays in game 3?
No.
No matter what? If they go down 2-0, you don't think they're rushing? They're like going to be like, Ekholm, you're playing game 3?
It's all on his body, how he's feeling, what the doctors say. That's my answer to that. I know we saw our fantastic peers and colleagues, all multiple within seconds, tweet out the video of him having a long talk, quote unquote, with Chris Knobloch. I had a snarky tweet about that.
Oh, snarky boy.
I immediately deleted it.
Yeah, somebody did text it. Was that yesterday?
What?
With the one that you immediately deleted. Sorry, when did you tweet this?
This morning.
That was this morning.
Yeah.
Was it during our show this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it was during the hangout, I think.
Oh, okay. It was very snarky?
It was like, does anyone know if Chris Knobloch and Matthias Ekholm are having a long
those are
discussion?
classic ones. Those are classic ones, yeah.
And then I added fam to the end of it because we were talking about Gen Z slang.
Okay.
And I was like, that's a stupid
I should have left
tweet.
it up. That's not
No,
bad.
I deleted it.
Yeah.
And guess who texted me saying that, I'll quote this. Guess who sent
go
it.
ahead. I'll tell you right now, but
Are we tweeting too much information for you to fill your pregame show with? LOL.
Ryan Rashog.
Nailed it.
Yeah. That's
He
definitely
gets very
something.
offended by things
Oh yeah,
like that.
Rashog hates that type of stuff.
Yeah. And
I could have guessed it without even hearing what was said.
I said, you didn't put up one of those
So did
videos
you delete
too,
the tweet?
did you?
Did you delete the tweet before or after you said that?
Oh, I deleted it like a minute after I posted it. I was like, this is dumb. I don't want to be that guy.
It's okay, Shoggy. Johnny's just having some fun, man.
And then he also said, you bitched out.
Oh, geez.
And I wrote, yes, I thought it was a rude tweet. And he goes, nice for self-reflection. You've grown as a person today.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
I feel good about that. I said I'm a sensitive guy.
All right, 780-218-9999. Gordfather's in. Keep the text messages flying in here. I think the Oilers even it up tonight, but I feel like too much talk that if the Oilers just don't take penalties, they win easily. Stars will be making adjustments too.
Yep.
I think every game will be a grind and no one should be feeling like they can dominate the other team. But I mean, that's true, but the Oilers, I thought, did dominate the first 40 minutes.
Yes,
I thought the Oilers were undoubtedly the better team in the first 40 minutes. So I don't know. If the Oilers play at their best 5-on-5, this may come across as a homer take. I think it's an accurate one. I don't think the Dallas Stars, who have been shit so far 5-on-5 in these playoffs, I don't think they can play 5-on-5 with the Oilers at their best. I just don't.
I think they will push to
What
be
adjustment
better.
are you going to do? Break up your best line?
Well,
like what other adjustments is Dallas going to do?
again, I think you can get aggressive on the forecheck. And again, I'll reemphasize, you don't have to always hit, but you got to be on top of them and then try to force Edmonton's D into making mistakes.
Yeah, but Dallas doesn't do that.
They
don't play physically. They just don't.
I'm not saying play physical, but be aggressive on the forecheck. Be right there. Dallas does have fast skaters, right?
They've got some guys who can move.
They can be on top of you. Take away the options and the feeling of that you're safe and you have that time to make a play. I would look at that. But yes, I think Edmonton is the stronger team 5-on-5.
5-on-5, the Oilers will be, from start to finish in this series, the better team. So
probably.
Does the series just come down to special teams then? Which isn't a crazy thing to say. Lots of series come down to special teams. But
I mean, Edmonton's PK, frick, man. Like Mark Stewart, it's on him right now to figure this thing out. And quickly. Because that PK was crap. When you're 25% on the PK, I know it's one game, but Jesus. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, but.
And then your power play finally gets one on the road. That's good. That's a good indicator. I thought, okay. Positive strides. All of the goodwill they created in the first two periods out the window in the third, obviously. But, yeah, it does come down to special teams, sure. But I do think Dallas will try to strive to be better 5-on-5, tweaking their strategy. I do agree with you. I do think Edmonton will be the better team 5-on-5 throughout this series. I think that'll stay that way. We'll see if they learn their lesson too. I mean, those penalties they took were so dumb.
Those weren't just, that's a tough call. That's bad officiating. And it wasn't like, Dallas is the Oilers just screwed up.
Yeah.
They just screwed up.
You don't cross-check a guy in the face because he's in your way.
Yeah, that's not a
200 feet from your net or 180 feet from your net, whatever. And then you don't... Kane was careless with this stick. Simple. He did make contact with Duchesne's face. Duchesne sold it. That's how you do it. It worked to perfection.
People are texting in saying when I got sidetracked there on the cartoon that I was going to talk about Oilers 5-on-5 scoring, but I still can't remember what I was going to say about it. So 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. You know what? Let's get to this one from Penner's Pancakes. It says, guys, have you noticed that we have literally not mentioned Bouchard like once during these playoffs? Now we did after game one. Game one against the Kings.
No. That whole Kings series, we talked about him.
I thought it got quieter as the series went on.
Game 3 or 4, we were or maybe even 5, we were saying who is the key for the Oilers in this game and who is the key for the Kings in this game. And the answer to that was Bouchard for both teams.
I think that was going into game 4.
Okay, but we have talked about Bouchard past game 1. He had a bad series against LA. He was very good against Vegas, and he started out this series good.
We haven't talked about, I don't think we talked about him during the Golden Knights series.
We didn't because he was good. And that needs to continue. And game 1 was a good indicator that it should continue. Probably will.
Smitty the Welder says all the guys on Dallas that can skate are allergic to contact. So don't think, I guess he's saying you don't have to worry about them, even if they're aggressive. They're not going to do too much damage.
I know what Smitty the Welder is talking about, and he's right, but it's the playoffs. You got to dig in. You got to do things outside of what you normally do, and maybe Pete DeBoer says that. That's my one guess as to how they would adjust their strategy. Try to play on top of the Oilers, take away the time away from their defense. And then Smitty says they need speed to be aggressive on the forecheck. They have some guys who can... Rope Hintz is fast. Jason Robertson, who's banged up, he can still wield. That doesn't mean you can't skate fast and try to check a guy.
He still do positive things. He was the screen on the Granlund shot.
Yeah. Mason Marchment can skate. Like they don't have burners outside of like Hintz and maybe one or two other guys. Wyatt Johnson can be fast. Sam Steele can get in there. It's not about the big booming hits. It's rattling cages and getting in the equipment.
Up in the grill,
as Todd McClellan loved to say.
Let's get into the numbers game for Play Alberta. If you've not yet used our Play Alberta codes, you're wasting glorious opportunities here. Use the code YEG50 on a $5 deposit. You get a $50 free bet. Use the code SPORTS100 on a $20 deposit minimum. You get a $100 free bet. If you've not yet downloaded the Play Alberta app, I would suggest it. You're going to have to get used to it because we're going to be with these guys for a long, long time. So you might as well be ready for that. Here's what we've got up over on, and we're going to get into some McDavid numbers here in a second. But here's what we've got over up on our EST specials page right now. Oilers to win the series, plus 165, that's the best part about losing. There's two good things about losing game 1. One, gentleman's sweep is intact. 2, the number to win the series gets to a really good place. Prior to the series, if you like the Oilers, you would have to bet on them minus 111. Now, with our boost from the guys over PA, it's plus 165. So this is probably going to be the best number you're going to get on the Edmonton Oilers to win this series. I suggest smashing it. But also use your game sense. Don't get too carried away. Oilers to win tonight. McDavid 2 points. Draisaitl goal plus 450. Tell me that's not a sexy bet, Tommy. McDavid 2 points. Draisaitl goal. Oilers win.
I hopped on it.
You did?
I got in, but it was 370.
I know. I got it at 370 this morning as well.
And it's 450 now.
Yeah, but you know what the best? These guys, I said yesterday how they asked me what number I wanted for the boost on the, they're basically letting me set odds here, and it's amazing. But on that one, on the McDavid Draisaitl one, I sent it to them around 10:30 last night when I was doing some prep. I said, hey, just to get ahead of it, here's tomorrow's early bird bet. And the number was plus 370. They slid into our chat this morning and said, hey, Dusty, the odds on this have kind of changed a bit. Do you want us to update it to the new, better number? I was like, of course I do.
Please.
So give it to us. So yeah, plus 450 on that one. I got it at plus 370 like you. and I re-hit it plus 450.
Oh, you add
so it'll be a glorious night at Hudson's tonight if that thing hits.
I did the Yeg 50 on it. That's
what?
Yeah.
So you use your $50 free bet on that bad boy?
Yeah, you said to do it. So I'm like, I like what Dusty's doing.
Do what Tommy does. Listen here. Yeah, because they'll cash you out like 200 or more.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then Connor McDavid power play point plus 115. And then the lock shot partner parlay, which we hit yesterday. New York Knicks money line win. Jalen Brunson over 38 points and assists, or 38 plus points and assists, and an Evan Bouchard point tonight. That's plus 330 as well. So juicy numbers across the board with our guys over at Play Alberta. I'm going to play a little trivia game for a numbers game today here, Tommy. You might have seen this as well.
I have an ad to the numbers game.
Okay, good.
Bounce off you.
Good.
From Doof. Doof is a big. You guys were talking the other day.
Doof is great.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You might have seen this. Did you read the morning skate today from NHL?
I took a look at it. I just downloaded the game notes.
This anyway.
Yeah.
McDavid is 4 assists away from 100 in the playoffs.
Right.
Who are the 3 current players, 3 active players that have 100 playoff assists?
It's I did not read that part.
Yeah, it was right down at the bottom. Some juicy tidbits in there sometimes.
The 3 active players that have 100 assists in the playoffs. Crosby.
1.
Talking longevity here. I would go with Corey Perry.
No.
Oh, shoot. He's only played 200 plus playoff
I was going to say, Corey Perry must not pass at the playoffs.
Jeez.
Let me see what his number is. Is he close to this?
Is Malkin in there?
Malkin, yes. Yeah. That's 2 of the 3.
And then a guy who's been in the playoffs a lot.
Yeah, I would say Corey Perry's only at 75 assists.
Patrick Kane.
No, that's a good guess, though.
Yeah.
What's Patty Kane at? Let me see. Patrick Kane is at 85 assists. This came from the NHL, but I just want to double check that it is correct. Yeah. 118 assists for this guy in just 152 games and multiple Stanley Cups all with the same team.
It's Kucherov.
Yeah. Crosby, Kucherov, Malkin, McDavid is 4 assists away from joining those 3 guys.
Kucherov's like a silent assassin.
He just is.
We forget about him and we shouldn't.
He's a straight up first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes, he is. He's tremendous hockey player.
To win multiple Art Rosses in the McDavid era.
Yep.
Is insane. And
good.
he's done it. It's insanely impressive. What do you have? What's your little twist into numbers game?
Oh, it's from Doof.
Oh yeah, from Doof.
Doof says redemption parlay. Kane and Perry plus 1 point.
So they each have a point tonight.
Equals plus 525.
And it's a juicy number.
That's a juicy number.
If you like a couple of vets to go out and totally redeem themselves, then that's something that you could look at as well.
And
I could make that Jay's play of the day. I haven't put up anything because Jay's off today.
And Kane and Perry would totally understand that reference to totally redeem yourself because they're of that vintage.
Yeah, they're of that. Do kids nowadays go the Coob? How old are you?
We
again,
need
Coob?
you to
22,
slay right
21?
now.
I'm 21.
You're 21.
21.
You do your. Oh, is Zach to the Future today?
Yeah, it is.
Well, then this is a little Zach to the Future preview.
I like Zach to the Future.
What? Yeah, it's a good segment.
Good bit.
What movie is totally redeem yourself from?
I actually have zero clue.
Wow.
I can't even
You disappointed
put a shot
Coob?
in the dark. Yeah. What is it?
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh.
Just when I thought you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you do something like this and go and totally redeem yourself.
Yeah. When he got the moped, or not the moped, it's like a little hot rod, and they go up to Aspen on it.
It's a good movie. The second one
you
isn't
don't
as
even
good,
know it.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
But you
when
didn't
I was
know
like
it was
9.
from. Yeah.
Our pets are heads falling off. Our pets' heads are falling off.
We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off. Like, come on, man.
Pretty bird. I know that one.
You sold Petey to the neighborhood blind kid, and he goes, "I took care of it."
He duct taped the head.
He duct tapes the head, and damn Petey's sitting there going, "Pretty bird, pretty bird." Come on, that is. I mean,
and that kid in the wheelchair, was he not that same kid at the beginning of Jurassic Park? Remember the one?
The kid at the beginning of Jurassic Park.
The one where Dr. Alan Grant takes the raptor.
No way.
And he goes,
no way. The 6-foot turkey kid?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I feel like he's the same kid.
No way. I feel like I would have put that together. That was, you know what? That was a Dumb and Dumber line too. No way. We made it to the moon. Those guys must.
And he hits the wall on the way out.
Those guys must have had so much fun making that movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny movies, but I don't think any movie makes me laugh as much as Dumb and Dumber. I know you're looking at me, Trev, because we have a Pineapple Express thing going with us, but Dumb and Dumber might be the funniest movie of all time.
There's so many little bits. Big gulps, eh? Well, see you later.
And you know that one was just on the spot.
Yeah, those guys weren't even really part of the movie.
No, they're just around, which is awesome as well. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. That is your numbers game. Zach, I just need that mouse for 1 second. We'll get to Popeye Spicy headlines here. We are going to be live at Popeyes.
Definitely not the same kid. Sorry.
I didn't think it was the same kid.
There's a close up of the duct tape head.
Yeah.
Is one of the first images. And it's just hilarious. Sorry.
Hair. I took care of it.
Pretty bird.
God, those guys, man, they're too good. That's too funny.
Sorry.
No. Just get the Popeye Spicy headlines. May 27th. That's next Tuesday. We will be live at Popeyes all day, 6 a.m, all the way up until we send it to you for a pregame on Tuesday. All of the local 21 Synergy franchising Popeyes, those are the ones that Kyle Furby and his partners own. They're donating all of their net proceeds from that day at Popeyes to the Ben Stelter Foundation.
Nice.
Because Ben's birthday was next Tuesday, May 27th. So we're going to set up shop all day, but all Popeyes locations around the city. If you haven't tried Popeyes yet, or if you just want to support the Ben Stelter Foundation, make plans. We're going to be set up at the one just down here on 170th. We'll be there for all day. Reed Wilkins' show won't start till 3, but he'll probably be there at about 11 a.m. crushing chicken sandwiches all day.
$4 snackers.
But make plans to pop by, whether it's the one we're at or another Popeyes that day. And all of the net proceeds from that day at Popeyes are going to go to the Ben Stelter Foundation, which is pretty good. Sheldon S. says, 375,000. You might want to hold on to that one.
The IOU.
How many times have you gone to your buddies with something? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. It's just, God. People's eyebrow. Samsonite. I was way off. Remember, he's like Sammy, Slammy, Sammy, Swami, Sam. Check on is it on the briefcase? It might be on there. Oh, Samsonite. Word. What if he shot you in the head? What if he shot me in the head? That was a chance we were willing to take. Yeah, every line from that movie is an absolute banger. I could just sit here for an hour and just read Dumb and Dumber lines, and it would be one of the most favorite shows I've ever done.
Oh, God. It is fun.
Pat, remember this one? Just give me the damn number when his foot's on fire, and she's like, oh, I can't remember. God.
Yes.
All right.
No, Rip City Step with the best one right at the end of the movie. Sorry. My friend here is a little slow. The town is back that way. Idiots.
Those are two lucky guys. Yeah, we just gotta keep our eyes open.
Yes.
Oh, that's too funny. See you later, Trev.
Oh my God, I'm laughing. I'm like to the point of tears. I'm laughing from this.
Rip City Step says, I always say, don't go dying on me. And I didn't even see it coming. Remember, she rips him off. Yeah. Where's the booze? God. All right, 780-218-9999.
Pull over. What's that? Pull over. It's a cardigan.
Killer boots, man. Or when he drinks the piss,
yes,
and he goes, Like that was too funny as well. Like every single scene is just absolutely hilarious. That's it. This is a good one from Pat. She touched my leg. Shoot him. Okay, shoot him. God.
Yes.
The troll is a nice set of Hooters you got there. I beg your pardon. The owls, they're beautiful. Or
The 2 gloves.
Pat in the county with the gloves after he takes the gloves off and then he starts choking him. He's like, Harry, your hands are freezing.
Or when he has to go to the pee and he's like, just go, man.
Yeah. Just, it's kind of warm.
They get up and they're stuck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he's stuck too. God.
Just go, man.
It's too good. Johnny Alberta said, "Did you guys hit the gummies before?" No, it's just.
I wish.
It's just genuinely one of the funniest movies.
God.
It really is.
Yeah, that is a great.
It just proves it. Like we haven't had any repeats. These are just all lines that just keep coming in.
Just go, man.
Yeah. That John Denver was full of shit. That was a good line as well. All right.
Okay. Let's reel it back in.
Lost in here. This guy texted about the Oilers game. Then his next text is, "So you're saying I've got a chance?"
Yes.
What was all that 1 in a million talk? Guys, who do you think the Oilers? Who do you think on the Oilers scores first tonight? I'm hoping McDavid undresses someone. That's in from EMG.
If he's flying the way he did in game 1, then yes. I mean, he's so close. And when he winds it up, like he wound it up a few times there. A couple of times he got into the slot really early and they knocked the puck off his stick really late. Yeah, I like his chances. And he looks very ornery right now. Like his press conference yesterday, I liked how angry he was. I think that's a good sign.
This is how they are, man.
And that's fantastic. You can smile when you win. Go with that.
Our buddy Eddie the Gambler, Eddie the producer, he texted me yesterday morning. And he sent me the link to McDavid freaking out in the dressing room after that last game.
Right.
Or not after last game, but in the Florida series. And he goes, "This is why they're not losing to the Dallas Stars. Like Connor McDavid will not allow the Edmonton Oilers to lose to the Dallas Stars." I think that's why I'm so insanely confident, because Draisaitl he looked like he'd been set free against Dallas, and McDavid was absolutely buzzing. Like there's no way Dallas can watch that first 40 minutes. And if they've been watching tape on the Oilers versus Golden Knights, go, what are we not doing here? Yeah. Because those guys were not, I'm not sure there was a moment in the Vegas series either of them looked as dangerous as they did in game 1 against Dallas.
And I think that's a credit to Vegas and how they're big body guys and they can move well, and it limited especially Draisaitl. Whereas now, and people have pointed out, like the Stars aren't as physical. They're not as physical. Exactly. And that benefits Leon Draisaitl more because he can use his big frame against these guys, especially the smaller forwards. I've used that example. Happened early on the first goal. That whole play started with Leon walking the line, holding off Wyatt Johnston.
Yeah.
And then it was a reverse to Connor to Darnell down
Left
to Leon.
Leon, yeah.
Leon goes and he snipes one. That 100%. So utilize that more. There's more room out there for them to get creative offensively, take advantage. Get a 4-1 lead this time.
Yeah, I mean that would be great. Get a 4-1 lead and don't take penalties.
Yeah. And again, like I know we had the Skinner conversation. I don't want to get into it again, but like just don't give up on the play. Like that fourth goal was bad. And I know he was in a rut after those other two went in, but geez Louise. Make that save. Channel Calvin Pickard.
Channel your inner Calvin Pickard.
That's right. Use the force, baby.
Pat follows up again. This would be a lot easier if you just lay back when they're trying. Pills are good. Pills are good.
Kills them.
Kills them. Oh, my God. What about the penalty kill in general? It's not like Dallas scored on what? They have 4 power play shots, scored on 3 of them.
Yeah.
So is it just great looks, or is it they kind of got fortunate in that some teams will have 4 power plays or 4 shots on 1 power play and not score?
Heiskanen's was a screen, right?
Yeah.
He just put it on
multiple guys.
Three Stars player. No, 3 Oilers players and 1 star.
Yeah.
Screen Stu Skidder. All right. That you got to defend better than that. Better awareness. The Granlund goal.
You see that low angle? That was on Twitter yesterday? God.
The one where Gager said that this is a goal in any league.
Yeah.
Great shot. I kind of critique. I was like, well, Stu was kind of in the middle of his crease, not really at the top of it, but that was a laser.
The best part about it is that the shot was halfway to the net by the time Robertson moved.
Yes.
So now you're trying to pick it up halfway through. It was just and that camera angle was awesome. That's cool.
Then watching those goals, you would say, pick up your check. Pick it up. And the Oilers have had issues with that all season long on the PK. Moving guys out of the way on the PK from the front of the net. And it bit them in the ass the other night. So, yeah. Please do that.
Surveyor Brett says, I'm thinking an oil stream in the middle of July, you guys just do a straight up table read of Dumb and Dumber. That's a decent idea. Just sit there and go right through the entire thing. Norman at Combine asks us, boys, what's the best midday cereal to eat? Because he would have just got up because he's working night shift.
Oh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, and I just say the best anytime cereal to eat is Fruit Loops. So that's what I would do, Norm. Yeah.
They get soggy.
I don't even know. I mean, if you let them sit.
Don't let them
Fruit Loops don't get soggy with me, Tommy.
I haven't. You know what cereal I miss? Corn Pops.
They still have them.
I know, but I just haven't had cereal in forever.
Well, if you miss Corn Pops, go buy some.
I could go buy some.
I thought you were going to say a cereal that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, Pro Stars.
Yeah, something like that. That's what I thought was coming out. Yeah.
No.
All right, that is going to do it for the oil stream today. Tommy will be back. GCL Diesel pregame show from Hudson's Bourbon Street. Should be a good time tonight. Lots of nasties are expected out on a Friday night.
40 we're anticipating. And Cal in the Park, I have to talk to you about those Tommy Tab t-shirts. People have seen them on my Instagram, and now they want them. So we got to talk about this.
What's coming up in EST Afternoons, Coob?
Well, with the Memorial Cup starting tonight,
we got a gay flaming appearance. Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful.
Flaming from the Pipeline show is hopping on. Of course, a lot of Oilers Stars talk. Game 2, of course, tonight. Zach to the Future, as we have every single Friday. And Tim Horaney for Need for Speed, presented by Rad Torque Raceway, will be hopping on. Of course, he's an F1 analyst and IndyCar insider. Lots of great guests and lots of great coverage of the game tonight and the F1 race in Monaco.
Yes, it is. Monaco, very fancy. Fancy boys.
Sexy
in Monaco.
place.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh.
I'd love to have sex in Monaco. All right, that's going to do it for the oil stream today. For Tommy Gazzola, I'm Dustin Nielson. We'll see you at Hudson's tonight. EST Afternoons is coming up next. Take it easy.